That's my face, you don't want no pain. You have to burn the pain, turn up the pain. You got to burn away, gonna miss me. So love you.
morning. I can't see voice. Good morning, everyone. I'm sure it can be a little louder. Good morning, everyone. Perhaps you've not had breakfast. Let me order for your breakfast. Good morning, everyone. You're welcome to this night's induction. And we'll start the session now very shortly. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is the annual induction ceremony of the Compliance Institute, Nigeria. And indeed, this is the 9th in the series. And I would like to order the as we invite the leadership to come in to commence. Please, I will welcome the team as they come in the procession. Thank you very much. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me now to invite the leadership of the Institute, led by the registrar, as they walk in the procession. Can we be kind enough to rise on our feet as we receive them? My media team, can you put in something to welcome the team? Thank you very much. Bank to join them on the podium. May I also invite the representative of the Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Mr. Ahmed Ghali. If you are here, please join them on the high table as well. Thank you. I think we should kindly take our seat now. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the high table, our resource persons and experts, all inductees for the day, members of the press, family and friends of inductees, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Like I've announced earlier, this is the annual induction ceremony of the Compliance Institute Nigeria. Unfortunately, this is the 9th in the series. And we all know that the number 9 is a significant number. The time when a full time for delivery of a new baby. And more so, this is the largest number we have seen so far, over 1,000 of inductees at once. We would like to welcome every one of you. We also want to, please, if you want to clap, clap very well. You will agree with me that getting over 1,000 persons at once indeed is a tall feat. We also express appreciation to those who have joined us online this morning. We have people across the length and the breadth of Nigeria and outside Nigeria joining the session virtually. Thank you for joining us this morning. And to commence this session, I would like to reverse the order a little by taking the anthem before we take the prayers first. Permit me at this point to invite us to rise on our feet as we get set to take the national anthem. Please, let's rise on our feet. Thank you very much for taking the first stanza alone. Please, let's take our seats. Yes, I expect you to react because about 70% of us were just mumbling our mouths. Maybe the next exam I will ask the registrar to see if it's possible for the recitation of the national anthem to be part of your exams. Please put your hands together for me. As just a sign of warning, I would like to inform you that you're going to putting your hands together a couple of times before we end the ceremony. For those who are privileged to have seen me moderate one session of meetings, workshops, seminars, or conferences before, you'll have found out that every time I'm moderating, you have the opportunity to put your hands together a couple of times. And indeed, this is very important for you. I will tell you why it's important later. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this morning, we would like to start with an opening prayers. And if you permit me to use my discretion to invite one member from the high table here, whom is very spiritual this morning, to come forward and lead us in an opening prayer. Who will volunteer? I don't want to choose because you know if you're in the spirit or not. If you're not in the spirit, just hold your peace. Yes, thank you very much. Please, let's put our hands together as we call Pina.
Shall we pray? Let's be on our feet. Should I remove this cap? Okay. Our righteous Father, we thank you for this morning. We thank you for this program, making it a success. Thank you for these wonderful compliance professionals. Thank you for thus far you've helped us to get to this point of inducting many to the professional, compliance professional. As we continue this program, we pray you come and take control of the order of business. At the end of it all, it will end in praise in Jesus' name. Thank you, Father, because you've answered. In Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you very much for that prayers. May the Lord answer our prayers. At this point, I would like to quickly recognize a few members here, and the recognition will continue as we go forward. The Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Olayemi Cardoso, is ably represented this morning by no other person but Mr. Olubunmi Ayodele Oni, is the Director of Compliance at the Central Bank of Nigeria. That hand you have just put together is for you. Now for him, let's put our hands together. Thank you very much. I did promise you that I will explain to you why you need to do that. For those who have listened to me for more than 15, 20 years, they know. And so they won't be surprised. In fact, some of them are tired of hearing it, just that I'm not tired of saying it. That every time you have opportunity to put your hands together, according to medical practitioners, on the tips of those your fingers, within your palms, there are veins that help you to convey blood to some of your organs. And the more you have the opportunity to put your hands together, the better they function. And the better they function, the better they circulate blood faster to the organs that require them. And the better that works, the healthier you be. And the healthier you are, the longer you live. So every time I'm giving you this assignment to put your hands together, I'm actually helping you. Now with that understanding, can we generously put our hands together once again? It's enough now. Do you want to stay more than 150 years? Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. President of the Institute, I think these people want to hang around here for a very long time, the way their hands are put together. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, once again, I would like to also recognize and welcome, as he joins us, the Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Mr. Olanipekun Olukoyede. Mr. Olukoyede this morning is represented by Mr. Gali Ahmed. I think he's on his way. We will appreciate and welcome him when he joins us. Permit me, in Nigeria, particularly in Africa, it's our tradition to welcome ourselves into our homes. Usually, a father goes to work and gets back. The children are happy to welcome him back to his home. And this morning, our chief host, the president of the Compliance Institute of Nigeria, who, of course, had served in several areas, several work within the region, within Africa, and is truly new places. Permit me to welcome an erudite scholar, an expert compliance specialist, a renowned academician in his own rights, a man of integrity with multiple competencies. Welcome with me, Mr. Patterson Bolea, the president of the Institute. Thank you. I also like to welcome the registrar of the Institute. Couple of times we will find out that we have people with passion. Passion does not fuel capacity. The two must work together to see results. We have an individual here, not only with passion, also with capacity, running the affairs of the Institute. Welcome with me, Ms. Egbakume Bawo. Please, let's put our hands together as welcome her. We have the board members already assembled. And the result you are seeing is the function that these people are doing their work as board members. A couple of them with quite vast experiences in AML CFT. When I say AML CFT, you should all know what I'm saying or what I'm talking about. And in case you don't, just raise up your hand. We will send you back to write another exams. So when I say the field of AML CFT, we have these experts, individuals who have contributed greatly to the work that is being done. I will take time as we run through the program to recognize each and every one of you. So in case I have not called your name yet, please permit me as the program goes on, I will recognize each and every one of you. To kickstart this event, permit me at this point to first recognize and welcome the President, who is going to give us an opening address. And to welcome the President to the podium, once again, put your hands together as we welcome him for his address. Mr. President, Mr. Patterson Bolea, the time for you to present your address. Thank you.
Central Bank of Nigeria to the demanding confidence from the disciplinary Patterson Bolea, President, Compliance Institute, Nigeria. Patterson Bolea stands at the forefront of contemporary compliance practice in Africa, a figure whose authority has been shaped by more than 3 decades inside the engine room of Nigerian banking. His career tells the story of a professional who has moved with quiet confidence from the disciplined corridors of the Central Bank of Nigeria to the demanding world of global finance at Citibank, then onward to the executive suite of Access Bank PLC, where he served as Group Chief Conduct and Compliance Officer. Today, as President of the Compliance Institute Nigeria, he leads the country's most influential community of compliance professionals, guiding national standards at a time when financial crime is becoming more sophisticated and borderless. His professional path is marked by depth, rigor, and an unwavering commitment to the integrity of financial systems. Patterson began his journey at the Central Bank of Nigeria, working across critical departments that provided an early grounding in policy, supervision, and institutional governance. He later spent 13 formative years at Citibank Nigeria, developing expertise in audit, internal controls, and operations. These roles instilled a discipline that would become the hallmark of his leadership. In 2004, he joined Access Bank, a period that would define his reputation as one of the continent's most respected voices on compliance, conduct, and risk management. At Access Bank, he designed frameworks that strengthened internal culture, protected consumer trust, and ensured alignment with global anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing standards. Beyond corporate leadership, Patterson has become a continental resource. He is a fellow and certified expert of several international bodies, including CAMS and FCA, and has earned credentials across risk management, governance, and internal controls. His work as a trainer has taken him across Africa, where he helps institutions understand the evolving dynamics of money laundering, fraud, proliferation financing, and financial governance. He is also a contributor to global anti-corruption efforts through working groups linked to the United Nations Global Compact, offering Nigerian insight to international debates on accountability and transparency. In parallel with his public responsibilities, Patterson leads Patterson Consulting Limited as Managing Director and Principal Consultant. The firm is compliance, with a special focus on anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing. Here, he channels decades of experience into programs that strengthen institutional resilience and prepare professionals for the realities of modern financial crime. His academic grounding, with a degree in accounting from the University of Nigeria and an executive MBA from Rivers State University, complements a professional life built on continuous learning and global certification. Patterson Bolea is known not only for technical mastery, but also for a style of leadership that blends precision with clarity. He has become a trusted steward of ethical finance, a mentor to a new generation of compliance professionals, and a central figure in the development of Nigeria's risk and regulatory landscape. In every role, he carries the same conviction that strong institutions begin with strong principles, and that compliance is not merely a regulatory obligation but a safeguard for society itself. If your hands are not too busy, please welcome Patterson Bolea, President of the Compliance Institute, Nigeria.
Thank you very much. And will I say I'm nervous? For the first time in my life, I'm nervous because I'm seeing, and I've asked the registrar to check. Perhaps it may be through. that this is probably, if not the largest, perhaps one of the largest gathering of compliance inductees anywhere in the world. And please note it down. We are going to check that for the Guinness books. So I'm really, truly excited, and I'm elated to be standing before you this morning. I'd like to observe the protocols, first and foremost. I'd like to thank and especially welcome the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, ably represented here by the head of the compliance department of the Central Bank, Mr. Oni. Thank you very much for giving us this special honor, sir. I also want to recognize and thank one of my mentor institutions alongside the Central Bank, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and the chairman, Mr. Olukoyede, and ably represented by Mr. Gali. I've just called him, he's on his way. He will soon be here very soon. Thank you very much. These two institutions are the bedrock for whatever we are doing here today. Before I start my speech, I need to let you know that when we wanted to register the institute, it was the Central Bank that took us to the Ministry of Education and to the Corporate Affairs Commission and get us a registration. So it's not by error that the Central Bank Governor is here today. And when the concept of the institute started in the Association of Chief Compliance Officers of Banks in Nigeria, then the Committee of Chief Compliance Officers of Banks, CIN. And when we were starting that, the FCC and other law enforcement agencies were also there with us. So you can see the importance of having the people at the very head of these two institutions coming to be with us here this morning. So once again, we're truly elated and we're very happy to have you here today, Mr. Governor, and the EFCC chairman. Thank you and welcome to be in our midst again. Thank you. So, esteemed members of the Institute and the distinguished directors, invited guests, inductees, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the 9th induction ceremony of the Compliance Institute Nigeria, CIN. Today's event marks yet another significant milestone in our ongoing mission to instill, promote, and strengthen the culture of compliance across Nigeria, West Africa, and in fact globally. This ceremony is a celebration of hard work. You all have worked very hard, I'm very sure about that. Excellence and commitment. It brings together individuals and corporate organizations who have demonstrated exceptional dedication by completing the Institute's rigorous professional examination and fulfilling all requirements to be inducted into the esteemed membership of our great institute, the CIN. Now about our institute. The Compliance Institute Nigeria was established to promote professional standards, build capacity, and enhance the competence of compliance professionals and practitioners across both financial and non-financial sectors all over the world. Over the years, we have grown substantially, expanded our membership, and enhanced our training programs, and deepened our impact both locally and internationally. Our mission is to set and uphold compliance standards that foster professionalism, ethical conduct, and regulatory excellence. Our vision is to be recognized as a national and global leader in compliance. To achieve this, we are committed to empowering professionals through we are to professionals through hard work and dedication. CIN's board comprises distinguished compliance leaders. Here you can see them, who have led compliance efforts throughout their career and leading institutions providing strategic guidance, expertise, and integrity. Currently, we have over 7,000 members with representations across both financial and non-financial sectors in Africa, Europe, America, and Asia. Our target is to exceed the 9,000 mark by the end of 2026, extending our reach to all professional bodies and diverse fields, including law, insurance, manufacturing, energy, mining, and oil and gas, telecoms, and the capital market. We also offer some of the most affordable compliance certification programs globally, ensuring wider accessibility and a strong pipeline of skilled professionals and practitioners to address the evolving and rigorous regulatory and operational challenges within all the industries. We invite you all, both those of you who have not yet joined and those who are here, to please go to our website, www.complianceinstitute.org, and register as members of this institute. I would like to highlight a couple of achievements that we have had over the past few years. Most especially on this is the institute has consolidated its strategic partnerships with the Association of Certified Anti-Money Laundering Specialists, ACAMS. It is also working towards forging new alliances and collaborations with other prominent sectors and organizations like the PENCOM. I hope the PENCOM child person is here. I'd like to especially recognize her too. Is she here? She's not. Okay. Great partnership with PENCOM. That is an area that we easily forget. They are becoming very significant in our economy now. You know, so we are partnership with the PENCOM is very significant. The insurance sector, NIA. We have also partnered with James Hope University. I think one of the officials here, Prof. Thank you for coming. We have also partnered with the Lagos Business School, International Compliance Association, and of course, a whole lot of other organizations globally, you know, worldwide. Now, upon the establishment of this institute in 2025, we gave special recognition to all the chief compliance officers of banks. And I recall that year, I was the chairman of the Association of Chief Compliance Officers of Banks. And when we tabled, I can also want to recognize Mr. Wumi Edinihi. Can you please rise up? We need to recognize people who actually encourage us in this. And I recall Mr. Wumi raised the motion for the ACOBIN to give us a 5 million naira grant to start this institute. Ladies and gentlemen, with 5 million naira in 2015, we set off to start the work for this institute. Today, we are proud and we are happy to let you know that we run a balance sheet of over 600 million naira. This notable achievement has been made possible through the dedication and pro bono services of all our directors. And please, directors, I doff my heart for you. I don't think there's anywhere in this country where we have seen people who have put up themselves dedicatedly like this without receiving even a dime for the past 9 years to develop an institute to this level that we have done today. And for our inductees, today is your day. Today is your day. Today, as we celebrate the remarkable achievements of our inductees and our members, who have successfully completed the Institute's professional exams, I am pleased to announce that we have registering, like I said before, for the first time in the history of the compliance profession in Nigeria, 1,246 compliance professionals who have passed the Institute designated professional association exams. So can you please go clap for yourself? I wait for the registrar to go and confirm our Guinness Book record. Now. So, we are also very happy to be inducting today a number of associate members who have distinguished themselves and have passed through the rigorous eyes of the very powerful committee here to be inducted today as Associates Compliance Institute of Nigeria. And of course, we are also happy to be inducting and carrying out an investiture for the Compliance Institute's fellows. And of course, we'll be giving a special honorary fellowship this morning. With the induction also comes the responsibility to uphold the highest levels of integrity, professionalism, and conduct, ethical conduct. I encourage each and every one of you here to let your work reflect the values of the Institute. Strive to set yourselves apart as exemplary compliance leaders who contribute meaningfully to the growth and transformation of this great institute and for the industry. Now, looking into the future. Looking ahead, we have set an ambitious goal to expand the membership of this great institute by the end of 2026, like I said before, to 9,000. CIN will continue to strengthen its presence across Africa, Europe, and America, where our community is strictly and steadily growing. We are also engaging with the industry experts in sectors such as fintech, virtual asset service providers, pension, oil and gas, telecoms, and manufacturing to develop specialized compliance contents tailored to the unique needs of these various sectors. And many of you, and some of you here, are encouraged to be part of those faculties when they are set up. We didn't do all of these things without challenges, ladies and gentlemen. They say nothing good comes easy. And we have our challenges. While we have made significant, notable strides and progress, there's still a lot to do, and there's still need for greater and active participation from our members, particularly in the development and educational modules of our facilities and our training programs. We urge you all to please make yourselves available whenever you're called upon to be part of the faculties, and also to pay your dues. This is one of the major things we face as challenges. For some of us here, immediately we finish with this ceremony, you go back, you don't remember paying your dues. We will urge you to this, and for those industry leaders that are here, encourage your compliance officers. One of the critical responsibilities of the board of any company is to resource the compliance function. And the Compliance Institute is providing all companies and all sectors in Nigeria an opportunity to have this team of qualified compliance professionals to beef up, pay their dues for them. So I call on all leaders of institutions to please make sure they have budgets for the compliance officers that work for the organizations. You're not clapping for me for that. I'm helping you. So, I encourage all members to contribute their expertise and experience to support the Institute from all directions to improve our quality and to make us continue to be relevant and impactful to the society. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Compliance Institute Nigeria, I express my sincere appreciation to all our members. I especially also want to thank the Association of Chief Compliance Officers of Banks in Nigeria. Is the chairman here? I'd like to recognize him, Mr. Goyi. Okay, he's not here, but you have representatives in the board. I would like to thank you very specially for giving back to this institute. And also, I want to thank especially all our board members for all the tireless nights. You guys don't know. We spend late into the nights having meetings just to get this to work. And these are people who have their own personal work they do. They do all of that pro bono. So I want to thank you once again, members of the board. I want to thank all the committee members, especially the committee that put this together. I want to thank the membership committee. I want to thank the education committee and programs committee for all your tireless efforts. The finance committee members. Again, these are people who are working their various endeavors and they spend their time pro bono, no sitting allowances to get this to where it is today. Thank you very much for your commitment, your hard work, and for have all these achievements we have reeled out today. We are grateful for your unwavering support and look forward to continuing a collective effort towards achieving the Institute's mission. We are delighted, welcome, and look forward to providing you with the full benefits, opportunities, and resources that come part of the CIN family. And for us,
issue, the work of the Institute, starting from its foundation, the work done by the Association of Chief Compliance Officers of Banks in Nigeria, and how this metamorphosed into what we have today as an institute. I like the sound of the balance sheets that he announced. If that sounds very interesting to you like mine, please put your hands together once again for this. Again, one of the highlights of this is looking forward. Compliance is becoming the reality of our world. Initially, from the place I work, we work with financial institutions, focusing on the banks. Gradually, in 2010, 2011, a lot of attention moved to the designated non-financial businesses and professions. And gradually, now we've seen strong compliance in oil and gas. We've seen strong compliance requirements for telecoms. We've seen that for every sector. This indeed is the future. So what you have in your hands today as a professional in compliance is a gateway, is a pass to a credible lifestyle ahead of you. It is not enough to come, prepare the exams, pass exams, and then throw the certificate at home. You must continue to learn, like he has said. You must continue to demonstrate commitment, paying use, the continuous learning requirement. This is one of the most drastic moving sector. What you knew yesterday will not be relevant for today. And what you know today will not be relevant for tomorrow. You must indeed stay awake, continue to learn, and that was the message of the president. Please, once again, let's put our hands together for him. At this point, you will kindly permit me to recognize members of the board. We have board, institutional boards. I will just try to skip the institutional boards, and I will go to the members. Some are physically here present with us in person, and we have others that are here with us virtually. So please permit me to welcome every one of them. I will start by recognizing, in no other particular order, just following it alphabetically, I will welcome Mr. Bimbola Adeseyoju, FCIN. So to save you we can just don't bother to clap so that I run through the lists and save our time a little. We have Abigail Dopama Obama Nushi is also member of the board, FCIN. Adebiyi Olagbami, FCIN. Adeboye Ogumolade, FCIN. Adewumi Adeniyi, FCIN. My brother, thank you very much for the work you have done. Thank you. Permit me also to quickly recognize Aminu Issa Buhari, who is the vice president of the institute. Bilikisu Umar. This one is big one. Why is it big? Because he was my boss. And not just that he was my boss, I call him AMSCFT Manual for Africa. Welcome with me, Dr. Bruno Emmanuel Nduka, former director from Djaba. Also, we have Chinewafenu Basil Ezebu, FCIN. Emomotimi John Agama, the DG of Security and Exchange Commission, also FCIN. Femi Jayola, my brother, thank you very much, FCIN. Franklin Benny, FCIN. Florence Abraham from the Central Bank, FCIN. Humphrey Akachuku, FCIN. Jude Monye, FCIN. Kelvin Igoke, FCIN. Lawrence Babalola, FCIN. Loretta Joseph, Nneka Nwaka, Obinna Okafo, Oladele Adeoye, all FCIN. Oluyemisi Olukoya, FCIN. Osa again. Thank you very much, my brother, FCIN. We have Oyewole Giwa, Onyi Olariwaju. Well, you don't need introduction. Partisan Bulea, FCIN. Sadiq Arokundade, FCIN. Sani Mustafa, FCIN. Of course, this one I have to recognize you. I saw her this morning after a very long time. To know idea where FCIN. Thank you very much and welcome, my sister. We have also Uchenna Uwechia, my very good uncle Udofia Obot, FCIN. Umar Yakubu, Victoria Egbase, and Wens Mwaga. Please let's put our hands together for every one of them. When you hear the word pro bono, it means that these people are working without pay. Because somebody might just think pro bono is a language. So that means they are offering services without pay. I remember of blessed memory, very erudite lady, hardworking, very, very committed individual. Sometimes it's difficult for me to recall the work of our sister. I call her Gugu. And she will call me in the midnight and say, Tim, you have not submitted the manual, we need to start this. I know you are busy. I'm just dropping this message. I will call you in the morning. And in honor of her memory, also, let's put our hands together, please. So a lot of work has been done for this very great institute to continue to produce experts. And to continue the discussion this morning, you will permit me to welcome the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Olayemi Cardoso, who is ably represented this morning by Mr. Olubunmi Oni. Please, let's welcome him as he takes his remarks on behalf of the Governor.
Cardoso, Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria. Olayemi Cardoso stands at the helm of the Central Bank of Nigeria at a pivotal moment in the nation's economic life, bringing with him a rare blend of private sector depth, public sector insight, and a reputation for disciplined leadership. He assumed office as Governor of the Central Bank on the 5th of October 2023, stepping into the role with the calm assurance of a man who has spent decades studying the contours of financial systems and the forces that shape national prosperity. His appointment marked a return of a technocrat with an instinct for reform and a long-standing commitment to institutional integrity. His journey to the apex of Nigeria's financial architecture began in commercial banking, a career that spanned more than 29 years and culminated in his service as chairman of Citibank Nigeria Limited. It was a fitting pinnacle for a man who had grown within the discipline of global banking and earned the respect of both colleagues and regulators. Before his tenure at Citibank, he served as executive director at Citizens International Bank and later as principal partner at FBC Associates, roles that widened his experience across finance, governance, and strategic advisory. Cardozo's influence extends beyond banking, reaching deeply into public policy and economic planning. As Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget in Lagos State from 1999 to 2005, he helped design and implement the blueprint that transformed the state's economic landscape. His tenure was defined by methodical planning, rigorous data analysis, and the consultative processes that brought coherence and continuity to governance. This period saw the connection between sound policy and sustainable development. Across the years, he has also shaped economic thought and institutional collaboration in Nigeria through service on several key platforms. He chaired the Lagos Economic Summit Group in the Africa Venture Philanthropy Alliance, offering leadership at the intersection of economic development, social investment, and private sector innovation. He contributed to national decision-making as a member of the Economic Advisory Council of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He also brought global perspective to urban and economic development through his work with the city's Alliance think tank. His boardroom presence has been felt in organizations such as Chevron Oil, the Lagos Business School, the Nigerian National Advisory Board for Impact Investing, Johnson Products, and DRASA Health Trust. Cardozo's academic preparation is as distinguished as his professional journey. He graduated from the University of Aston in Birmingham with a degree in managerial and administrative studies, concentrating on finance and accounting. His intellectual curiosity and public service orientation later drew him to Harvard University, where he completed a master's program in administration and management with a focus on economics and finance. In 2017, the Doctor of Business Administration, awarded honoris causa in recognition of his outstanding contributions to both public and private sectors. He is also a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers. In every phase of his career, Olayemi Cardozo has brought clarity, steadiness, and a quiet determination to build institutions that outlast individuals. As governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, he carries these same qualities into a role that will shape the nation's economic direction for years to come. Let's make welcome Olayemi Cardozo.
Thank you very much. We invite now the governor for his speech. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'll start by greeting the President and Council of the Compliance Institute of Nigeria, distinguished fellows and awardees, regulators and industry leaders here present, partners in academia and civil society, esteemed guests, and above all, the over 1,000 newly inducted compliance professionals. Good morning. I bring you warm greetings from the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Olayemi Cardozo, who is unavoidably absent because of other pressing engagements. He has asked me to convey his deep appreciation for this invitation and his best wishes for a successful program. I think one of the things they must have mentioned is that he's particular about compliance. And so when he joined the Central Bank of Nigeria, he set up the compliance department, which I represent today. So we are hoping that, thank you. We are hoping that you will take advantage of this opportunity two powerful induction of over 1,000 new members, our next generation of compliance leaders. You are joining a profession that sits at the intersection of trust, growth, and national competitiveness. inductees will carry forward. Be it about the compliance frontier, the context, and the challenge. Compliance is no longer a back office. It is now a strategic capability, the architecture of trust in an era of rapid change. Three forces define this moment: technology and data. So now we are talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud services, APIs, and real-time analytics that are transforming how we detect risk, how we know our customers, and how we protect data. The second one is on converging regulations. Financial services, fintech, telecommunications operators, payment services providers, consumer protection, privacy, competition, ESG, and cyber rules now overlap. The compliance functions great rather than operate in silos. So that means you must be aware of all these rules, all these regulations, ensure that they comply. Your organization complies. The third one is on stakeholder engagement. Clients, investors, employees, and society expect evidence of ethical leadership, inclusion, sustainability, and resilience. Not just compliance with the letter of the law, but alignment with its spirit. So you are not just trying to do a tick box exercise. You are supposed to imbibe it and live it. So we expect compliance to move from gatekeepers, that's what they used to be, to trailblazers. In that, guys, the old model where compliance was seen as a department of no, we want to do this, no, you can't do this. We want to do this, no, you can't do this. That is obsolete. The future is compliance by design. So you have to embed ethics and controls into your products, into your processes, and your culture from day one. Compliance is now an enabler of innovation, not a barrier. Compliance is the architecture of trust, engineered through laws, technology, data, culture, and leadership, so that doing the right thing is the easiest thing every time, not just when it's convenient. Compliance has to, so I'll talk about 5 strategic shifts for the next generation professionals, which we have in this room, over 1,000 of you. To our inductees and to the seasoned leaders recalibrating for what's next, here are 5 strategic shifts you must embrace to thrive in this new era. Rule taking. So you must move from rule taking to rule shaping. So you must be shaping, deciding what the rule will be. You must anticipate regulation and influence policy. Some of you will work with the operators who know the business more than the regulators. So you should know where the risks are and anticipate what regulations will come in place and be able to advise your management and board appropriately. Point control, so you must move from controlling at points to end-to-end design. You must embed compliance in your workflows and technology. You must move from being reactive to being predictive. I think I alluded to that earlier. You must use data to foresee risks before they materialize. You must move from what went wrong last month to training. You must move from training to culture engineering. You must build speak-up cultures and ethical incentives. You should not have an organization where people are afraid to talk. They should be able to speak. And your incentives should also be ethically focused. You should not have incentives that encourage people to do the wrong thing because they want to meet some targets. You must move from local adequacy to readiness. When the president was talking, I can't remember if he spoke about moving outside the shores of Nigeria. So we are looking at that. We should not stop within Nigeria. We should not stop with expanding from the financial services sector. Nigeria's firms are increasingly regional and global. So your frameworks must be built to meet global benchmarks, not just what Nigeria is saying. Because as we all know, we say the world is a global village. What happens in Japan affects us in Nigeria, what happens in China and all those things. So your frameworks and all that should envisage the risks from other areas. The ethics engine, leadership in action. Ethics is not a speech we give, it's a system we build. And I'll talk about 4 levers of ethical leadership now. Clarity. You have to articulate non-negotiables. Privacy, anti-corruption, fair treatment, accurate reporting must be things that are non-negotiable. Consistency. You have to ensure that standards are applied equally. Top to bottom, partner to partner. There should be no special candidates or those kind of things. Courage. You have to raise hard truths early. You have to protect whistleblowers and you have to escalate when needed. Consequences. You have to align rewards and sanctions to behavior, not just outcomes. In an age of generative AI and algorithmic decisioning, ethics must extend to data governance, data provenance, model governance, bias testing, and human oversight. If we can audit a ledger, we can audit a model, and we must. So you have to ensure that you don't have any black box models. You have to know what goes in, you have to know what it does, and you have to be sure of the outputs. Nigeria's moment. The Compliance Institute of Nigeria has been pivotal in promoting ethics and professionalism across sectors. As Nigeria deepens financial inclusion, digitizes payments, and combats financial crime, Compliance Institute of Nigeria's role is critical. You must equip professionals who can interpret, who can integrate, invent content with confidence. And I believe we have over 1,000 of those professionals in the room today. The call to purpose. Compliance at its best enlarges human possibility. It protects citizens, it dignifies customers, and enables innovators. It also builds nations that can be trusted. In this sense, compliance is nation building. To our inductees, wear your new responsibility with humility and pride. To our fellows, continue to serve as beacons. To the Compliance Institute of Nigeria, thank you for forging a community that helps us to do the hard things well and together. Let us live here committed to being architects of trust, allies of innovation, and ambassadors of integrity for our institutions and for our markets and for Nigeria. In a world racing towards innovation, integrity must set the pace. Compliance is not about slowing progress. It's about ensuring that progress endures. Congratulations to all the awardees and inductees, and thank you for listening.
Once again, thank you very much. The Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, ably represented by the head of the compliance at the Central Bank. Indeed, he has highlighted very important and key salient points, particularly focusing on the increasing value of compliance across board. He also highlighted the importance for us to begin to look outward going beyond the shores of Nigeria in advancing this cause. You also mentioned very important point which relates to transparency, accountability, and clarity of focus, particularly the issues of reporting. We have very big responsibility with reporting, and I'm sure as experts within the field, we will be part of those who will be putting up these reports that is being filed, either as STR or CTR or SAR. I'm going to be asking you some questions. What is SAR? What is STR? Or what is CTR? In case you didn't know, then you go back to your exam classes. I had a friend who wanted to sit for this exam about 6 years ago. I paid for the exam. She sat and she failed. After failing, she didn't get back to me to inform me what happened. So at the induction, fortunately I was moderating induction like this. I didn't see her on the, so I said maybe the number is much. So I saw her in church after service one day. I didn't see her at the induction. Did you join online? He said, no, I wasn't inducted. I wrote and I did not pass. So we tried the second time. She did not pass. Because of that, I want to extend a very big congratulations to every one of you that have passed the exam, and today you are here in these beautiful colors to be decorated. So do not take it for granted that you pass. It's a result of your hard work, and you should be celebrated for it. While I was recognizing the directors, members of the board, the lists I had did not have a very important name, an expert by excellence, somebody driving compliance in one of the thriving financial institutions in Nigeria. Welcome with me also, who is on the board, Madam Teresa. Please let's dance together. Welcome, Teresa. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I introduced earlier the executive chair of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC. A very strong person interested in compliance. The fight against money laundering, the fight against corruption in Nigeria cannot be succeeded and cannot succeed without the efforts of the EFCC, particularly as a partner with the Financial Intelligence Unit. And driving this force, driving this work, like I always inform the chair wherever we meet, that your head should be bringing out smokes as you walk around with the volume of corruption you have to fight in Nigeria. But I've never seen the smoke. You always respond to say the smoke is internal. It's generated internally and it cannot be seen. The chairman this morning is ably represented by Al-Haji Ahmed Gali. I'm going to be giving the privilege. Max, please let's welcome Ahmed Gali for the chairman's remarks.
EFCC Chairman.
You can take
He stands at the center of Nigeria's renewed fight against financial crime, bringing to the chairmanship of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission a steady intellect, a reformist spirit, and more than 2 decades of immersion in compliance, corporate intelligence, and fraud management. Appointed in late 2023, he arrived at the helm of the EFCC with the quiet confidence of someone who has studied the institution from within and understands both its potential and its limitations. His reputation, long established in legal and regulatory circles, reflects a career built on diligence, discipline, and a deep commitment to public integrity. A lawyer by training and instinct, he has spent more than 22 years working at the intersection of law, ethics, and financial oversight. His earlier tenure at the EFCC provided him with an unparalleled view of the agency's inner machinery. He served first as Chief of Staff from 2016 to 2018, then as Secretary from 2018 to 2023. These roles required a rare mix of administrative discipline, investigative sensitivity, and institutional patience, and they shaped his understanding of the EFCC's challenges as well as its evolving responsibilities. In a digital and globally connected economy, his academic and professional grooming reflects the breadth of his interests and the seriousness of his vocation. He studied at Lagos State University and the University of Lagos before finding his public leadership at the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University. He's a certified fraud examiner, a distinction earned through rigorous training in financial crimes, forensic methodologies, and preventive compliance systems. This blend of legal acuity and technical expertise forms the backbone of his work. As chairman, he has set out to modernize the EFCC with clarity and urgency. He has introduced new departments devoted to intelligence gathering and fraud risk assessment, improved operational infrastructure, and championed the use of technology as a tool for public accountability. Under his leadership, the agency launched the Eagle Eye mobile application, an innovation that gives citizens a direct and confidential channel for reporting suspicious activity. His reforms reflect his belief that effective anti-corruption work requires both strong institutions and an informed public. Please, welcome to the podium, the special guest of today's occasion, the EFCC chairman.
Thank you very much. The representative of the central bank governor and our co-partner in compliance, the president and the chairman of council of the Compliance Institute of Nigeria, distinguished council members, I think, esteemed guests, and of course, distinguished inductees, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I stand before you this morning on behalf of course, the anti-corruption Caesar of the time, Mr. Ola Olukoide, and he gave me instruction to read his keynote address at this occasion. So, the Executive Chairman of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission extend his good wishes to the 9th NT ceremony, I think the 9th, right? 9th induction ceremony of the Compliance Institute of Nigeria. And it is an honor and of course, joyful moment to join you in celebrating a new cohort of professionals who have chosen the noble path of this integrity, diligence, and accountability, which we all try to make sure that we uphold, and we see it permeate in every aspect of our system nationwide. Today's ceremony is more than a formality. It is affirmation of our collective commitment to build a nation whose institutions, public and private, are anchored on strong ethical foundation, compliance, not simply a function. Compliance is not simply a function, it is a culture. And in a world defined by rapid technology evolution, complex financial flows, and increased regularity demand, this culture has become indispensable. We can't do without compliance. The EFCC, regardless the central role that the Compliance Institute of Nigeria plays in shaping the culture by equipping professionals, we try to, in as much as possible, see that we add to the numbers on our side. Of course, the Institute is doing a miracle. It's helping us to add to the numbers that will join hands with us to fight and ensure there is compliance. So, with the knowledge and skills to uphold regulatory stand, to identify red flags, and to embed ethical principles within organizational system, this institute stands as one of our closest allies in the fight against corruption, financial crimes, and corporate misconduct. And more often than not, we have to extend invitation to the, of course, our brother partisan for training, for guidance, for support, for sharing his wealth of experience towards executing our mandate. Thank you so much, Mr. President. To the inductees, as the executive chairman said, today marks the beginning of a great responsibility. You are stepping into a field that demands courage as much as competence. You will often be the first line of defense. Whoever is insisting of compliance will take some bullies. I assure you that you will soon get to know what I'm saying. The voice of and the guidance of institutional integrity. There are pressures that you will face, but resistance, situations that test your resolve will also be there. But you must remember that compliance professionals do not merely enforce rules, they offer values. You work, ensure that organizations operate transparently, that risks are managed wisely, and that ethical conduct is not optional but fundamental. The EFCC is committed to strengthening partnership with proportional bodies, like the Compliance Institute, of course, because we believe that sustainable anti-corruption efforts require collaboration, capacity building, and the continuous elevation of professional standards. No single institution can win this fight alone. Regulatory agencies, compliance officers, financial institutions, and the broader private sector must work hand in hand to build an environment where wrongdoing is difficult, accountability is certain, and integrity is rewarded. The message of the Executive Chairman to the leadership of the Institute is more of commendation. Your dedication to developing a robust compliance ecosystem in Nigeria, your investment in education, certification, and professional development continues to bridge critical gaps that raise the bar for ethical practice across industries. The new inductees, you are congratulated by the Executive Chairman and you wholeheartedly please do so. Let your work reflect excellence. Wear that certification with humility, but with also a sense of duty. Let your decision always reflect fairness, and let us become the values that this institute stands for. In closing, I urge all of you to continue enforcing the pillars of transparency, ideals. They are the foundation of the prosperous, resilient, and globally competitive Nigeria. On behalf of the Executive Chairman of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Mr. Ola Olukoyode, I congratulate the Compliance Institute of Nigeria on this successful night, and I will keep a rewarding and impactful journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you once again, the chairperson, the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, ably represented by Mr. Ahmed Gali. Once again, thank you very much. He has highlighted the key collaboration between the Compliance Institute and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the continuous efforts being made to transform the face of the fight against corruption in the country. Particularly, highlighting for our inductees today to show resilience, to show sincerity of purpose and commitment, and to drive the change that we all desire. Once again, thank you very much to the chairman. At this point, we'll go into the panel discussion. But before I introduce the panelists, a little adjustment to the program you have in your hand. We would like to segment the recognition of our program sponsors. I've been contacted to adjust this program to recognize them intermittently as we go forward. I'm going to take the first one or two. The media team, are you ready? Please confirm you are ready. Okay, so we'll take that and then we'll come back to the panel discussion. Thank you.
I am pleased to endorse Access Bank's Debt Fusion C platform, a corporate social responsibility initiative that empowers Nigeria's creative economy through strategic partnerships. The entertainment and media sector, as you are well aware, contributes over 11.6 trillion naira to grow our GDP. Debt Fusion stands out for integrating event organizers, SMEs, creative entrepreneurs, hospitality providers, and security agencies into a coordinated ecosystem supported by the multi-agency traffic and safety operations and providing equal opportunities for all participants especially. I urge institutions and corporations to adopt similar models and pledge the ministry's support for nationwide expansion. Nigeria's creative economy holds immense potential, and initiatives like the Debt Fusion provide a pathway forward through integration, coordination, and commitment to empowerment. Thank you.
For over 6 decades, Bank of Industry has been here, driving Nigeria's industrial development through financial and business support services to micro enterprises, small and medium enterprises, and large enterprises across Nigeria. Leveraging on strategic partnerships, we provide equipment financing, working capital, and support to enterprises in key sectors of Nigeria's economy, including and women-led enterprises. Whatever needs, starting up, expansion, diversification, modernization, or rehabilitation, we'll be here, always to support you. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria.
Meet Ngozi, a fashion designer. Ngozi is about to carry out payment transactions with an online vendor she built.
Don't worry, I'm about to make the payment now.
Cameras on our watch.
Just when you
Opay's defense, a real alerts, stopping up to 3,000 scams. And depending on the situation, we follow up with a call to double check.
Hello, Ngozi. This is Opay. You notice something weird? Do you really mean to send this 50 to this new vendor? Or more? I almost forgot to verify. Thank you.
Or you can get interactive money to help you stop and rethink. Opay is a scam alert, built, spot fraud, trained to stop it. Opay, beyond banking.
Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Legend tells of a universe where two extraordinary forces collided. Super master of power and efficiency, and happiness, the embodiment of joy and seamless user experience. Together, they bring forth their creation. Ability, surpassing super app and happiness in every app. The app for everything: banking, pension, investment, insurance, stock. To outdo, outperform, and outshine all who came before. Download the Stanbic IBTC mobile app 3.0 on Google Play Store or Apple App Store.
I am pleased to endorse Access Bank's Debt Effusion C platform, a corporate social responsibility initiative that empowers Nigeria's creative economy through strategic partnerships. The entertainment and media sector, as you are well aware, contributes over 11.6 trillion naira to grow our GDP. Debt Effusion stands out for integrating event organizers, SMEs, creative entrepreneurs, hospitality providers, and security agencies to a coordinated ecosystem supported by the multi-agency traffic and safety operations and providing opportunity especially institutions or corporations to adopt similar models and pledge the ministry's support for nationwide expansion. Nigeria's creative economy holds immense potential, and initiatives like the Debt Effusion provide a pathway forward through integration, coordination, and commitment to empowerment. I thank you.
Dr. Bruno Nduka,
Director, CIN and FMR. Director of Evaluation and Compliance, GIABA. Bruno Nduka is a highly respected compliance and regulatory expert with over 2 decades of governance, anti-money laundering, and institutional capacity development across West Africa. Currently serves as a director at the Compliance Institute Nigeria, CIN, where he contributes to strengthening professional standards and advancing ethical compliance practices in Nigeria. Dr. Nduka's Evaluation and Compliance of Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa, GIABA, a specialized ECOWAS institution where he led mutual evaluations, compliance assessments, and policy reforms on AML/CFP. He is widely recognized for his leadership, technical expertise, and contribution to promoting integrity, financial transparency, and good governance across the subregion. Dr. Jamila Sheriff. Jamila Sheriff is a figure of quiet authority and undeniable impact, a technologist and business leader whose career has been shaped by both precision and purpose. As the managing director and chief executive of Credit Registry Nigeria, she stands at the helm of the nation's first and most influential private credit bureau, guiding an institution that has become central to the way Nigerians access and use credit. Her leadership is rooted in a rare blend of technical mastery and strategic foresight, refined over more than 20 years in some of the world's most demanding corporate and financial environments. Her professional journey began in the world of engineering and advanced through the powerhouses of General Motors and Microsoft. These formative years honed her instinct for innovation and deepened her understanding of how technology, when thoughtfully applied to entire industries. That vision carried her into the fintech arena, where she worked across continents and ultimately co-founded Credit Registry Corporation in the United States. From that foundation, she helped steer the evolution of Nigeria's modern credit infrastructure, enabling banks and lenders to rely on robust data and analytics. Under her guidance, Credit Registry has become a vital pillar of the country's financial architecture. It empowers to make decisions with clarity and accuracy, and strengthens public trust in the credit system. The transformation she has championed is felt not only in boardrooms, but in the daily lives of individuals and businesses seeking fair and transparent access to opportunity. Dr. Sheriff's academic achievements mirror the and an unwavering belief in the power of driven equity and economy. Dr. Sharif's story is one of intellect applied with discipline and innovation pursued with purpose, a career defined by the quiet certainty of someone who builds not for applause, but for impact. As she continues to shape the future of Nigeria's credit and fintech landscape, her work stands as a testament to what vision, rigor, and unwavering commitment can achieve. It is with great respect and genuine anticipation that we welcome Dr. Jamila Sharif to the podium.
Please put your hands together.
MBA CAMS, Senior Director, Head, Regional Ethics and Compliance, SSA, Visa. She stands as one of the most assured and engaging voices in the modern world of financial integrity. Over more than 15 years, she has cultivated a reputation for clarity of judgment and ethics, regulation, and the movement of money-shaped societies. Today, she leads Visa's ethics and compliance function across sub-Saharan Africa as Senior Director and Regional Head. Her work is defined by a steady commitment to strengthening ethical culture and guiding regulatory coherence within a region whose financial landscape is as energetic as it is transformative. Her journey to this role is marked by depth, discipline, and an enduring curiosity about the inner workings of global finance. Before joining Visa, she spent key years within North American financial services, most notably at the National Bank of Canada. There she rose through successive leadership positions in anti-money laundering and compliance, navigating the intricate terrain of international trade flows, sanctions regimes, and the shifting demands of cross-border regulation. She later expanded her horizons at Ernst & Young, advising financial institutions on how to refine their risk management architecture and align their operations with the evolving expectations of regulators around the world. Her voice carries weight because it is rooted in experience and shaped by perspective. She is frequently sought after for her insights on the future of AML and CFT, the ethical implications of digital payments, and the demands of building trusted systems in rapidly expanding markets. Her mastery of trade compliance and enterprise risk management gives her a rare vantage point. She understands the pressures that institutions face and the opportunities that well-designed compliance frameworks can unlock. In every setting, she brings an unyielding sense of purpose. Arame empowers organizations to anticipate vulnerabilities, meet regulatory expectations with confidence, and create structures that endure. Her work reflects a belief that ethical practice is not merely a requirement, but a catalyst for growth and resilience. Ladies and gentlemen,
Aram C.
Senior Director, Head, Regional Ethics and Compliance, SSA, Visa.
Thank you very much, hands together for her. Now to the last, not the least.
Chief Executive Officer of TMSN Limited, she stands as one of the quiet powerhouses of contemporary governance, a woman whose career has unfolded across 3 continents with the assurance of someone who understands both the weight of responsibility and the promise of reform. For more than 3 decades, she has shaped the conversations that define capital markets, strengthened the integrity of corporations, and championed sustainability long before it became a universal imperative. Today, she leads TMSN Limited, a specialist advisory firm that helps institutions find clarity, discipline, and purpose in corporate governance, ESG integration, and regulatory compliance. Her counsel is sought at the highest levels. She sits as an independent non-executive director on the boards of Prudential Zenith Limited and Sunbeth Global Concepts. She chairs the board of Lilly Hospitals Limited. She also lends her voice to global standard setting as a member of the supervisory board of the Global Reporting Initiative, the world's leading authority on sustainability reporting. Her professional journey is marked by firsts and by a steady insistence on excellence. As the inaugural Chief Executive Officer of NGX Regulation Limited, she established a regulatory culture defined by transparency and investor protection. Her leadership strengthened the foundations of Nigeria's capital markets and elevated governance standards at a time when public trust had become a fragile commodity. Prior to this, she served with distinction at the Nigerian Stock Exchange, guiding its regulatory evolution as Executive Director, Regulation, and before that shaping its legal and institutional architecture as General Counsel and Counsel Secretary. Her influence on national policy was equally significant. She served 2 terms on the board of the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, where she chaired the Corporate Governance Committee during the development of the country's landmark Code of Corporate Governance of 2018. She also contributed her expertise as a non-executive director of the Central Securities Clearing System and as a trustee of the Nigerian Exchange Investors Protection Fund. Beyond Nigeria, she has been a valued contributor to the World Federation of Exchanges Advisory Group on Market Governance and served on the Nigerian Senate Technical Advisory Committee during the review of the Common Amendment Bill and the Investment and Securities Bill. Tinuwade's academic and professional foundations are as impressive as her leadership record. A dual-qualified lawyer in Nigeria and New York, she earned LL.M. degrees from both Harvard Law School and the London School of Economics, 2 institutions that helped shape her global outlook and rigorous approach to problem solving. She is ESG certified by competent boards, a fellow of the Compliance Institute Nigeria, and a fellow of the Association of Enterprise Risk Management Professionals. She is also a life member of the Chartered Institute of Directors of Nigeria. Her contributions have earned worldwide recognition, including her inclusion among the World Federation of Exchange's Women Leaders in 2021 and consecutive General Counsel of the Year honors in 2017 and 2018. Through every role, she has carried a steady conviction that good governance is not a procedural formality but a catalyst for national progress. If your hands are not too busy, please welcome a distinguished woman of brain and brawn, Tinuade, Chief Executive Officer of TMSN Limited.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You will see very excellent, very rich profiles of experts that we have assembled today. And at this point, I would like to pass the microphone to the moderator. Given the time we have, we're expected to spend about 30 minutes now for this discussion. Thank you. The moderator, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, team. And want to congratulate our inductees today. I would like to start by asking all the men here to please stand up. All the men in this hall. Okay. Thank you very much. May we sit? You will be wondering why I asked the men to stand up. We are about 1,500 in this hall. Only 30% are males. That means we are endangered species when it comes to compliance. And you can see that even in the panel, apart from the moderator, the panelists are all female. Since the beginning of this year, I've noticed that trend. In September, I was in Sierra Leone for a program. About 90% of the participants were female. 2 days ago, during the FATF ADB webinar on Thursday here, there were 9 speakers. Only 1 was a male. So you will see that compliance is actually coming home, according to Patterson, when he was in Access Bank. Say control is coming home. And the reason why that is coming home is that the women will help us to fight corruption, because corruption thrives more when the men are in control. So with the women coming into compliance, I'm sure corruption will reduce. So I want to use the opportunity to thank the Amazons of FinTech. I call them Amazons of FinTech because these are people that are innovative. They have been implementing solutions that are helping our region and our country, Nigeria, to ensure that we are doing the right thing. So thank you very much. This session will last for 40 minutes by the program. And each of the panelists will be addressing 3 different questions. We will be taking it one after the other. Luckily, there is no particular order, but I will start with Jemilat. Yes. So the first question is that credit risk models are evolving rapidly with AI. What practical steps can financial institutions take today to strengthen their credit decisioning while ensuring fairness, transparency, and avoiding algorithmic bias?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I think another thing that is pretty, striking here is that this is a very youthful group. I don't know if you're under 30, raise your hands. Yes, a lot of you guys. Okay, so you guys could honestly all be my children. I was like, so my oldest is 31, and I'm just very impressed to see the youth in the room that have taken on this enormous responsibility in the area of compliance. So I know you asked about, AI and how that certainly has a part of this, but I really want the audience to realize that while the world has moved to, AI, and that is honestly, it's a fantastic tool in your arsenal as compliance officers, there is still something I want you to realize, and this is just based on my own experience and certainly working in the market for over 30 years. The human is always always needs to be a part of the equation. So it doesn't matter how far AI is going, it is you as a human that is a huge part of that equation. And I think as you have to move from the mindset of being an auditor to actually being an architect. And so as you're working with the various companies that you're involved in that are utilizing all of this, technology, you have to begin to remember, where is the human in the middle of all these decisions that are taking place? And I'll give one simple example to kind of demonstrate that. I told you I have 3 kids, right? And my oldest is 31, but it's my daughter who has always been the compliance officer in my house. I'm not gonna lie, ever since she was a young girl, like, ooh, mama's gonna get you. Her eyes are everywhere. She knows the rules and she makes sure that the rules are being applied. Well, when she had graduated, she wanted to move from one state in the United States to another state. Now, she's actively involved in credit. I started her very early. She has an incredible credit score. She does phenomenally well. Now, she was moving from one state to the other. She utilized her credit card to buy gasoline to travel over 2,000 miles from one place to the other. As she was traveling, she's using her credit card. Of course, the credit card company, the technology can see that she's moving from one place to the other. When she got about halfway during that distance, her card stopped working. She went to go buy the gas. She was like, oh, what's going on? She's now worried. This is her means of being able to make this move. It stopped working. It insisted that she go inside. The monitor on the thing says, go inside and see the attendant. When she saw the attendant says, I need to see your driver's license. I also need to take the card, and I must swipe it here in the store. That's the human in the middle. Her card, the technology has seen, in order to reduce fraud, that her card is being used, without her consent, everywhere she's going. It insisted that a human in the middle must be able to check and verify that she indeed is the one utilizing that card. So as you're developing, and that's just a simple example. There's many examples out there where it does take the compliance officers to think about, as you're evolving, you're now doing credits on your phones, you're now, allowing for people to just go from one place to the other. How are we making sure that the human in the middle is able to still ensure that the transactions are safe, the rules are being applied, and compliance is always at the top of the decision-making tool? So thank you.
Thank you very much. We will move to our second panelist, Tinu Ade. And the first question is, AI is transforming market surveillance globally. What should Nigeria and African regulators prioritize to dictate market abuse, insider trading, and manipulation in an increasingly automated market environment?
Okay. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. So I think the first thing is that we have to understand that regulators have a number of basic roles and a number of basic what they're trying to do. And those are, no matter how they swing it, rooted in certain things. So one, they want transparency and integrity of the market. They want to protect a set of people that use the market, whether that is the pensioner in the case of a PENCOM, for example, the investor in the case of a SEC, the depositor in the case of a CBN, and so on and so forth. And finally, they want to ensure that where there is risk, they understand the risk, they can contain it, and it doesn't become systemic. Now, the regulators may have things around development of the market, especially African regulators, Nigerian regulators. You would also see something around development of the market, but those are the 4 things. If that doesn't change whether you're using AI, whether there's innovation or not. And so those things have to be grounded in what they do. Now, for me, what African regulators then need to do is, the first thing is that you cannot regulate what you do not understand. And so there has to be a concerted effort amongst African regulators to train and it's continuous training, because I think, as the head of compliance at the CBN told us, and the gentleman who is the moderator from Gerber, constantly what you know today is not necessarily what you will find tomorrow. So training has to be flexible. It has to be training that allows you to use the training that you've gotten, to fail using it without too much drama around your failure, and to get up and to continue regulating. So that's the first thing. The other thing is that regulators need to understand that the market knows more than them. It's just a question of incentives. A regulator's incentive around a market to, say, protect a depositor or protect a pensioner can never equate with the drive that is the capitalistic drive of a market operator to understand what is happening in the market. And so collaborations are necessary, and a healthy, not a regulatory captured collaboration, but a collaboration that understands that there is value that comes from the market. So whether that collaboration is by way of things like sandboxes, so that there's an understanding from the market of what the market is trying to do around getting surveilled, or it's something like what the Saudi Capital Markets Authority did recently with NASDAQ, where they had NASDAQ come and demonstrate its AI surveillance system in their market, and they were able through that to increase by 80% the number of pump and dump scenarios, cases that they actually found. I think the other thing is, once this is done, so the regulator is educated, the regulator is collaborating with the market, with providers of technology, as that collaboration with NASDAQ showed, with other regulators, because a lot of stuff that happens around market abuse is not national anymore. It's not contained in one market, so you need to be collaborating across borders. There's also the necessity of then creating rules that are clear. So, is AI allowed in your trading? You need to be clear that AI is allowed, under what kinds of conditions, what kind of models may be used, what types of reports do you need to make to the regulator. You need to draw some bright lines that help the regulated entities to move within your surveillance system. But those bright lines cannot be so bright that they're rigid, like rules. So I always prefer principles-based guidelines, principles-based regulations here. Yes, you can use the model without saying which model you should use. Yes, you can use a system without indicating which system you should use. Yes, you should hire competent people without necessarily listing what competencies they may have, giving a cocktail of competencies. And finally, what I would like to say is the people in the regulator have to have confidence. The regulator itself has to be well governed. So AI governance, data governance, all the governance around the systems that are used, and then requiring market as well to have appropriate governance. I'll stop here in the interest of time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tinode. We take a question from RM, and this is the payment ecosystem is moving fast. We are talking of issue of tokenization, issue of instant payment, cross-border rails, and so forth. What AI-enabled controls should financial institutions prioritize to strengthen sanction screening, fraud detection, and merchant oversight?
Thank you for the question. Thank you for the invite to participate in this panel. It's a very important question. Today, the pace at which payment is evolving, it's evolving rapidly. Whether we've mentioned tokenization, so being able to only use non-sensitive data, whether it's payments that allow instant settlement or new cross-border channel, risk is also evolving at the same speed. So what does that mean for us compliant professional is that the controls we typically design will need to match that speed and that is. On the topic of sanction screening, I think using models or tools that are static and doing basic list exact name matching is completely obsolete with the reality of the real payment and the fast payments that we're having currently. So it means using AI-enabled sanction screening that allows you to include fuzzy matching, allows you to check for name misspelling or linguistic nuances so that we can spot check riskier transaction. And when it comes to the fraud, what we've learned is that fraud operates in a network. It's not usually only a single individual, but rather a network. Whether this is a social engineering ring, whether it is unidentified individuals, your system should be able or must be able to capture that network and flag those transactions as they happen. And other elements that you want to make sure that you can capture is high speed of some of those transactions, high velocity, where you mentioned about merchant monitoring is an ongoing, process. It's not static once you have onboarded your merchants. So you must be able, with your tools that are AI enabled or with machine learning, spot instances where you onboard a merchant here in Nigeria. At onboarding, you do your due diligence, everything runs and checks out. And along the life cycle of that merchant, you realize that it is only attracting cards issued in specific jurisdiction, and it could be Afghanistan, whatever the country is. So having tools that allow you to capture that concentration of activity will enable you to take faster decisions and mitigate for those risks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I've been told that because we are running out of time, we are not going to take three questions. So we will limit it to two questions. So we'll be having the last round of questions. We come back to Jamila again. Looking into the next 2 to 3 years, what capabilities gaps do you believe compliance and risk teams must close in terms of skills, in terms of data literacy, in terms of tooling, to truly harness AI responsibly in credit risk management?
All right, thank you for that question. I think that there's a few things, and you're starting your journey. By the way, again, congratulations. But I know that certainly from where I'm sitting, compliance oftentimes is measured as it's a constraint, right? People are like, okay, it's very rigid. They don't allow me to do the things I need to do. And I think one of the things that we can begin to realize is that actually compliance should be more of a catapult to the next level. And if we can always envision that it's more of a catapult, a helper, it will allow for us to open our mindsets. You're in such a wonderful space where innovation can actually happen. You could begin to think of what hasn't been done before that needs to be in place in order for a solution to be able to be realized. And let me just give an example in the space that I am in. I don't know if many of you have ever had access to credit before. If you've ever used one of those online apps to get access to credit, raise your hand. Very few. How many in here actually also have ever checked your smart score or your credit score? Right? So these are areas that the country now has that you're completely unaware of. And this is where the skill gap needs to close. So for example, in the country today, there's a system that takes anytime someone wants to get access to credit or have their identity checked, it's available literally at your fingertips. Before, people would have to go to an institution, provide, all of their IDs, as well as bring a utility bill to express where their address is. You no longer have to do that. You can literally go at your fingertips. It's an API call. It's milliseconds. You can put in something as simple as your BVN. How many in here have a BVN? Everybody. That is a system that our company started. As a result, to be able to just uniquely identify someone literally at their fingertips. If you go on your phone right now, you can get access to the information that lending institutions have about you today. These are the skill gaps that we have to close. We have to know where the information is. We have to be able to make sure that that information that is out there, that is true, that is factual, that is complete. And so I actually encourage each and every one of you. You're going to be going into financial institutions, and I believe the president has said you're going to now be able to do compliance across many industries. But make sure you know what lenders know. Make sure you understand the information that they have, and it starts with you. You're the customer. So I encourage, for example, even right now, you can go to www.creditregistry.ng, and you can just say, I want to see my report. This is your personal information. You can go there, fill it out, and see exactly what lenders know. The last thing I want to impress upon all of you as inductees is that you have to be the standard that you want everyone else to actually align to. That means that your professionalism, your integrity, everything, you're the standard, and you also have the power to shift the rules. You're the ones that, the data scientists all the way to the boardroom are looking to help them establish the right rules in order for those companies to work. So I would like for each and every one of you to actually make a commitment today as you're also, going through this induction. I want you to look to the person next to you and say that I am the standard and I shift the rules. I am the standard and I shift the rules. That's the power you have today. That's the power. That is the line you're about to cross. As our compliance officers, you help us to be able to make sure that this country works, no matter if it's in finance, no matter if it's the road network that we're driving through today. That's the seat that you stand on. And so I respect each and every one of you for the journey that you're about to take. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Jamila. Very good. Remember, before you sleep today, say to yourself, I what? Shape a rule. Very good. We move to Tinuade. With innovation outpacing regulation, how can compliance teams build a future-ready ethical culture, particularly for young professionals that are being inducted today, who will operate in AI-enabled trading and investment ecosystem?
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm actually glad that that's the question that you asked me of the two remaining, because it gives me the opportunity to speak to the inductees. So I think the first thing is that when you're looking to work in an organization, look at the culture of the organization. Is it a culture of integrity and ethics? Because it's much easier for you to be the standard. It's much easier for you to shape the rule if you are in such an organization. And if you are not, then shaping the rules starts from actually making sure that the organization becomes ethical, that it moves from the can I do it to should I do it? Because it's not everything you can do by the rules that ethically you should do. So ethics, I think, is the basis of our profession, and we always have to work by ethics, even in innovative spaces or whether AI is coming or not. The second thing is that you need to understand the technology. There is no getting away from it. It's not rocket science. And there's so many opportunities. If we take AI as an example, it's very basic. What is AI? It is algorithms plus data at its very basis. What is algorithms? It's basically a set of instructions, like a recipe, either created by a human in rule form or developed by a machine through machine learning, because the machine has been exposed to certain data. Take it from that and then start learning. It's not something that only the science-minded, I'm a lawyer, it's not only the science-minded or the engineers that can understand the technology. And that is because there has to be a human in the loop. And you don't want to be a human who doesn't understand, and then you are confusing the loop and directing the loop here and there, instead of actually working with others within the loop to shape what the innovative technology that you're using in your organization. So you've got to understand. You've got to take the courses. You've got to take the certifications. Start with the free courses, because it's easy. If you fail, at least you didn't spend any money, and you can try again before you then get into the certifications. So that's another thing that you should do. I think the other thing that I would say that you need to do is to actually understand the area that you are working in. So when I say, we've talked about understanding the technology, deep knowledge of the area that you're working in. So if you're going into telecoms, what is in telecoms? How do telecoms companies make their money? What are the major risks in telecoms? What are the areas that need, as Dr. Jamila said, innovation, so that you can be spotting where the trends will be, because you are trained, because in order for you to be able to train. I think finally, you need to realize that you are not the compliance's ambassador to your business. A lot of us that are in, quotes, control functions, we behave like you are a part of a business, but your operation, your mode is like, I'm an ambassador. No, you are not an ambassador. You are in the business. And so it doesn't help anybody to be saying you can't, you can't, you can't. You've got to find a way, even as a compliance officer, to understand the business and to be seen as a citizen of that company. If you are not seen as a citizen of the company, what will happen is that they will hide the innovations from you. They won't let you know when they're doing things. And then you'll be Monday night quarterbacking, because you are coming to try and help them to comply at a time when things are already done. Finally, volunteer in industry efforts. So whether the industry effort is by the regulator or by a pressure group within the industry, or even in groups like NECA, LCCI that are multi-industry, volunteer. Because by volunteering, you learn what other people are doing free of charge. You are getting ability, consulting information that you wouldn't get if you were just sitting in your own corner and working only in your own job. I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tino. Make yourself readily available to tap on those opportunities so that you will be part of the moving trend. Thank you. We take the last question, which is going to be handled by Aran. As AI increases operational scale, how can organizations balance automation efficiency versus ethical judgment by ensuring machines drive speed, but human preserve values and global compliance standards?
Thank you for the question. I think my fellow panelists have mentioned it earlier when we speak about human in the loop type of model. That balance is critical. AI will give you the scale, will be able to review massive amount of transaction, but the human judgment is core and will remain. And that's where, as compliance officer, we need to make sure that we understand the limitation of AI and we bring value. And so that human in the loop type of model is one way of do it. And also, as you work with your model, with your AI tool, you apply rules where low-risk transactions are fully automated. And doesn't really need to be reviewed by a compliance officer. When it comes to your medium risk transaction, you want perhaps to partially automate it. Some of them will be reviewed, but there's still a good portion of it. Your system should be able to disposition the different alerts that you get. And then finally, where you have high-risk transactions, this is where you want your compliance officer to spend time to understand, why has my model picked up this specific transaction or this behavior? What are the risks, and how do I mitigate them? So really operating a risk-tiered automation of your tools will allow you to have better balance and understanding that despite the different system that you might use, the human judgment remains the value and the core of your organization. We've mentioned also AI governance on the data. Understanding your model. I think today, regardless of the tools we're using, as compliance officer, we must be able to explain our model, whether it's for our chairman, the board members, shareholders, or the regulators. We must be able to explain, why has my model behaved this way, and is this the expected outcome of our model? So that's really on the topic of AI governance, of data governance. And finally, I think on AI literacy. So we must continue to keep ourselves abreast of the new technologies, the new capabilities. Everything is evolving rapidly, but so are the tools. So keeping our compliance officers aware of those new tools and trained on the use of those new tools will ultimately really be beneficial for the different organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, may we give the panelists a resounding applause. Thank you. Thank you. I will just conclude by thanking our panelists for this excellent delivery. I deliberately did not state the topic because I wanted the inductees to pay attention instead of going through their phone to begin to search for the answers to the topic. The topic we have just treated is the future of compliance in a digital world. How AI and automation are shaping governance and risk oversight. And like I told you, the Amazons of FinTech here have handled this topic very well. Thank you very much. We are discharged and acquitted.
No, please, sir, thank you very much. Once again, let's put our hands together for this great panelists. I am sure you all have lessons to take from them. Excellent discussion, and their discussion, as you can see, centered around two things, right? One talks about learning, deep learning, continuous learning. Second, about character, and those are very key areas that you must take as you advance in your career. We will be doing two things together. I'm going to ask the media team to bring out the profile of the two people coming for the panel as we invite them to join, as we take the group photograph, and then we allow the panelists to go back to their seats. They will be taking this photograph along with all members of the I table, the moderator, the panelists, and the two team members coming for the next phase of our discussion. So while this is going on, please let's present the profile of the two people coming in for the second session. This session is now cut to about 3 minutes per person. Unfortunately, because of time, please do bear with us. We're just going to give a very snapshot of 3 minutes. So I invite you to come forward as the profile are presented. At the same time, we're taking the group photograph. Please, let's rise on our feet. Let's come forward to the middle here. We join the panelists for the group photograph. Thank you very much.
Visionary regulatory affairs leader and compliance expert, currently the head of compliance and internal control at the National Credit Guarantee Company. She was previously the deputy head regulatory affairs at Stanbic IBTC Bank. She spearheads financial regulation adherence and champions ethical governance. A decorated professional with certifications including Certified Fraud Examiner, CFE, Designated Compliance Professional, DCP, and Certified Anti-Money Laundering Specialist, CAMS, amongst others. She leverages several years of cross-border expertise in governance, fraud, ABC, AML/CFT/CPF, and risk management. She merges regulatory rigor, entrepreneurial acumen, and civic leadership to shape transparent, equitable financial ecosystems.
Caleb Bizidou is a respected figure in the financial services landscape, known for his steady expertise and a leadership style anchored on integrity. With more than 20 years in leading financial institutions and further experience within a global payments company, he has built a reputation for clarity of judgment, technical depth, and a firm grasp of how risk, compliance, and digital payments shape modern finance. As founder and lead consultant of Sized Consult, he guides banks and growth-focused enterprises across Africa and Europe, helping them strengthen governance, elevate compliance frameworks, and design systems that endure. His credentials include certifications in card and payment systems, compliance practice, and ISO 37301 implementation. He is also a fellow of the Compliance Institute of Nigeria, recognition that reflects both professional mastery and contribution to the wider ecosystem. His work continues to influence the maturity and stability of the financial sector, and his voice remains one that institutions trust for insight and direction. With a round of applause, please welcome Caleb Bizidou, founder and lead consultant of Sized Consult.
I hope you are not doing video. This is taking too long. Thank you very much. Please let's put our hands together for them as they get back to the seats. And the two... Okay, so we're giving them very short time. They said 3 minutes. Please, let's listen to them very quickly. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and congratulations once again to fellow colleagues, friends. As earlier stated, my name is Saada Tusale, and with me is Mr. Caleb. Earlier, Mr. Caleb said I shouldn't call him Mr. Caleb. He's my colleague. But because we're from a place where we are unbound, unbent, unbroken, and he's always been my boss, so I maintain Mr. Caleb. Am I being compliant? God bless you. Thank you. Okay, so to begin with, Mr. Caleb, our audience of over 1,000 new inductees are eager to trace your path. Some of us are privileged and opportune to have witnessed that path. From the vibrant and complex landscape of Nigerian banking, could you please paint a picture for us from inception till date? How did you navigate the terrain? Thank you.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. For those who know me, your pilot on this journey. So today gives you an opportunity to have a backstory, how I've evolved in this space. It's been a progression from function to purpose, right? My career back started, yes, I started in the bank, operations, moved to business development, at some point moved to compliance and then risk. And now what I do, advising banks and fintechs across Africa. But it would be, I would mention 4 names that were pivotal in this journey. One is Mrs. Yemisi Olukoya, who was the inroad for me coming into compliance. Number 2, Mr. Okibe Atta, who I would say helped to fine-tune the shape in me. And third person is our president of the institute, Mr. Patterson Bolea, who also gave visibility. Now the fourth person is not a director, it's just someone who we would say a fellow colleague, and his name is Larry Fasasi. And he said, we would like you to join compliance. Then I was the branch manager, and I asked him 2 questions. I said, what's the difference between compliance, internal control, and internal audit? And he said, internal control, yes, they're working with the team, getting things done. Audit is after the fact, but compliance is more with the business, and his words were, it's on the go. And then the second question I asked him is there a future in compliance? Is there a career path? Because for me, I felt the next path for me was product development or going to treasury. And he said, compliance is the future. And so that made a lot of sense for me in taking a decision. And just to wrap this journey from function to purpose, I have always wanted to know the why. I understand the what, and applying myself is the how. So knowing the what, compliance gave me that opportunity to connect the dots. So everything I do has been line upon line, precept upon precept, and that has given me the foundation in my journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. If you know the what, you need to want to and be eager enough and passionate enough to want to know the why, and that why would drive you. Thank you so much, sir. How did you navigate pressure? A lot of us have experienced being called the police. We know police is your friend. That kind of friend is also taken to the professional field, whereby you're seen as someone who says no to everything. When everybody is doing something and they see compliance coming, they'll say, sit down on top. Mona, no move. Mona, no talk. Mo, keep quiet. That kind of a thing. How did you navigate working under pressure and then not being seen as that police, but as an enhancer in the space of compliance and commercial purpose? Thank you.
Well, I think that's a very good question, because that's what each and every one of us face as we are today. What helped me to navigate pressure? So there's a formula, what I would say, courage plus strategy equals to credibility. And your integrity applied wisely builds credibility. I had a scenario wherein, let me just skip the scenario because there are a lot of stuff that happened, and along the line we had to make a decision, and it turns out that we were correct. At the end of the day, the business applied the model that we had recommended, and what they were going to do was going to be a fundamental violation of regulation. So we said, this is not the way to go, but this is an alternative. So for me, navigating pressure, 3 things I would say to all the inductees and everyone here and those who are joining online. Number 1, clarity of values. Your integrity today gives you moral authority tomorrow. Number 2 is facts over fear. When you're speaking, speak from an angle of knowledge. Let whatever you're saying, let it be data-driven. All right? Data don't lie, figures don't lie. And if you're always referring back to the source of truth, which is the foundation, that gives you strength. And then number 3 is also offer alternatives. So don't just say no and leave them like that. You must always provide a solution. So this is what I would say will help to make you add value. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. All I can hear now is, if you know better, you will do better. From a compliance standpoint, you need to be versatile. You need to know what you're talking about and back it up with evidence. Policies, frameworks, SOPs, even the regulatory circulars we have that are being published as at when. Speak from a place of knowledge. Yeah. I remember when Mr. Isaiah Elemabong was moved to Ahu in Accra, and he was our chief compliance officer at the time. When he came in, during MPR, he was speaking as though he has been in that country for years. So many things he was talking about, those of us who have been there did not even understand, and it earned him a lot of respect. So for you to be able to command respect, you must know what you're talking about. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
sir. I really appreciate that part.
Right.
If you know better, you will do better. And the last question for us is now, sir, looking ahead, how do we prevent burnout? Na person drink water, na compliance they go ask, say, why the person drink water? You drink water, keep cup, you know, keep and well. They will say, why didn't compliance see? Where was compliance? Well, now they drink the water, we are tired. Am I speaking our minds? God bless you. We are tired. We've been navigating that terrain for years. How do we deal with that level of burnout that people take responsibility for their action and not push everything towards compliance? Thank you.
All right, thank you. So I'll make it very short, very brief for time purpose. 3 things I'll just say as we wrap this point: technology and future-proofing. We heard the panelists talking about AI, and our keynote speakers, representative of the central bank and EFCC also speaking. Let technology do the heavy lifting. Let your principles do the heavy lifting. Think about that. Number 2, AI will eliminate repetitive tasks. That's the honest truth. But guess what? It's an opportunity. It will free you up for strategic thinking, strategic engagement, learning, research, and development. 3 things that will help you scale through in the future. Number 1 is be AI literate. I mean, we can't stop saying it over and over. The truth is, what you understand, you can control. And when you understand AI, how to use it ethically, you'll be able to put the governance around it. Number 2 is move upstream. What do I mean by moving upstream? Be present. Don't stay out of the kitchen. Be in the kitchen. Get your hands dirty. What I mean getting your hands dirty is get involved with the business, get involved in the process end to end. That gives you an opportunity to be present, to add more value. And then lastly, be a translator. What does it mean to be a translator? You should be the one that will bridge the gap between the business and regulator. And then when you're speaking the language, always know that you'll be sought after. Your counsel is not just one that they want to hear your opinion, but one that they will always seek after. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. That brings me to the point where someone was said, I wish all compliance officers were like you. Have an open mindset. Be friendly, not the kind of friendliness that would prevent you from doing the right thing. Compliance transcends beyond our professional lives. Somebody says, sir, you look like compliance. I don't know what compliance looks like, but they told me that I look like compliance. The compliance would even go into our personal lives, our spaces with our family, children. Whatever we're doing, we'll add compliance to it. And at the end of the day, we will be happy and get it right the first time. I want to use this opportunity to thank Mr. Patterson, my former boss, Mr. Femi, and everyone, including Mr. Kelebo. So if you're in the industry, you have to network. I see Dr. Daniel somewhere. You have to network so that, they said many are called, few are chosen, so that you can be among the chosen ones. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please stay together for a photo before you go. Thank you. Take your group photo before you go with the panelist and, with the moderator. Quickly, we are going straight to the induction. Our time is fast spent. Sorry for staying quite long than we ever thought we will. Just to give you this information, particularly for the inductees, there are a bit of processes required, and your certification processes also have some little changes. So we would like to announce to you that the Institute is issuing a digital transformative drive. This drive will help you now to access your certificates within the 24 hours online. And that's from today, this swearing day. So maybe tomorrow afternoon, going to Monday, you will be able to access the certificates. You are required to log into your personal portal using the Institute website. You will complete a consent form and a copy of the online oath form, apart from the oath you are taking here today. Once this is done, certificate will be available for you for both viewing and downloading. This initiative ensures faster access and improved convenience for all members. So please take note of this information and explore it. This being said, I would like at this point to first deal with the issues of induction and the admission of the inductees and taking of the oath of allegiance. And indeed, we have here an erudite barrister who is going to handle this session of the assignment. Permit me at this point to welcome him to take the oath of allegiance of member. Please come forward while we put our hands together to welcome him. That was quite stingy. I thought you were generous people. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Mr. President, directors, and members, all protocols duly observed. We're here for the taking of the oath of allegiance by the inductees. Will all the inductees please stand up for taking of the oath? The oath is on page 63. You don't have it. The brochure. Okay, there's no problem. I'll read it out and you just repeat after me. Okay. The immediate team will project it. Is it on? Are we ready? Okay. I'll repeat after me. I say your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm before the board of directors and colleagues that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Compliance Institute of Nigeria, that I will preserve, protect, respect, and adhere with the rules, code of conduct, regulations, and guidelines of the Compliance Institute of Nigeria. That I will be diligent and uphold the tenets of the Compliance Institute of Nigeria and allied matters to participate and contribute to the programs and activities of the Institute. That I pledge to discharge my professional responsibilities in all honesty, with integrity, competence, uprightness, courage, and uphold the ethical standards of the Compliance Institute of Nigeria. Mr. President, I present to you the inductees of the 9th Induction and Investiture ceremony. I'd like to congratulate everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This is in batches. We have the DCP, we have the ACP before we go to FCIN. Maybe we'll take the oaths for we've done that of the DCP now. We'll take for the ACP, then we invite the President to do that together as we do the fellow. Thank you very much. Okay, we actually were supposed to get up only for the DCP, so it seems like you just took from the blessings of the DCP. Now we're calling the ACIN guys to get on your feet while you take your oath before we call on the fellow. If you are for ACIN, please, can you rise on your feet?
Okay. So, are you ready? Let's take the oath. Please, please repeat after me. I, your name, do solemnly swear, affirm, before the board of directors and colleagues that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Compliance Institute of Nigeria. To the Compliance Institute Nigeria. That I will preserve, protect, respect, and adhere with the rules, code of conduct, regulations, and guidelines of the Compliance Institute Nigeria. That I will be diligent and uphold the tenets of the Compliance Institute Nigeria and allied matters, to participate and contribute to the programs and activities of the Institute. That I pledge to discharge my professional responsibilities in all honesty, with integrity, competence, uprightness, courage, and uphold the ethical standards of the Compliance Institute, Nigeria. Mr. President, I present the inductees to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. That is done now. We
Thank you very much. I'd like to invite the registrar, our humble registrar, to present the inductees to the President. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are friends now. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much. Dear Mr. President, sir, it's my privilege as the Registrar of the Compliance Institute Nigeria to present to you 1,247 designate compliance professionals for the Institute. Please be upstanding. All the DCP candidates here present for 2025. Mr. President, sir. Why are you quiet? Let's hear some noise. Are you not happy to join the compliance professions? So you're all welcome.
Good afternoon once again, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Governor of Central Bank, all protocols duly observed. This is the moment we've been waiting for, that handshake, right? And I can see you all very eager to be properly inducted. The induction is not complete until you have that special handshake. So I hope the ushers are ready. In what order are they going to go from? From this? Okay, so I would like us to have a good background music, because this is the moment that this is what brought you here, and you should cherish it and have fun in it. So can we have a little bit of music at the background, please? So let's start from here. Are they going to come up? I'm going to come up. Where am I going to stand?
Please be careful on the stair. Just shake and proceed and come down on the other side. Just go straight, shake hands and pass to the other side. Okay, let's proceed. Congratulations. Congratulations. Please take and just move very fast, very fast. Very fast. Thank you. Please come forward quickly. Congratulations. Come forward quickly. Congratulations. Come forward, come forward. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Congratulations. Very fast. Congratulations. Please keep moving. Congratulations. No stopping. Please keep moving. Congratulations. The number is large. Let's move fast. Very fast. Please move fast. Move fast. Congratulations. Move fast, congratulations, congratulations. Very fast, congratulations. If you have your scroll with you, please take your seats. Take your seats. If you have collected yours, please take your seats. Take your seat. It's time for item 7 for those who already have your scroll. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I think we've come to the end of the presentation of the result and the handshake. Please, let's settle down. Let's take our seats. Okay, fast. Congratulations. Yeah, those of us from the ACIN, please can we also come forward now? ACIN, thank you very much. Your number is so many. Thank you very much. The President and others will get up to receive the ACIN. This is a presidential handshake. Congratulations. 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 Congratulations once again. Congratulations to all the inductees today. We want to congratulate you. Please, thank you very much. Please, you can have your seats. Thank you. Now we are going to the fellows. This is a big cap in the house. You permit me to invite the president, who is, the registrar. She will name the fellows, and specifically for honorary one, she will invite the president, who will take the citation of the honorary, and then for the induction of the fellows. Please welcome with me to your hands the registrar of the institute.
So I want to call the names of the fellows for the institute. And if you are present here, you come forward. Mr. Adeboye Tajuddin, Babsule Oyinlola, Ayedu Tokumbo. Let's give him a round of applause. FCIN of the Compliance Institute. Daniel Patrick. Please just hold on, I'll give you the flag. Loretta Joseph, Nwoga Wentz, and Olarewaju Oyinkosola. So I present you the FCIN. Let me get the flags.
Okay, bring the flags. So I'm Get your guys to come and help you.
I need to make the training.
Yes.
On this
I want to make all at the same time. Okay. So, I'm performing a special assignment today. And so, I did not come on my own. I was empowered by the council. So, by the powers conferred on me by the council of the Compliance Institute Nigeria, I'm happy to confer on those who have just this morning or this afternoon shook my hands here. You have been conferred with the designation of the Designate Compliance Professionals of the Compliance Institute of Nigeria. Sorry, of Compliance Institute Nigeria. There is no off. And so the meaning of that is that you are supposed to proudly carry your insignia and the title against your name anywhere you operate and do your business or your practice in whatever capacity, anywhere in the world. By the way, you know we are affiliated to the International Federation of Compliance Associations. And by the grace of God, the next set of people also that I'm going to confer in, by this time next year, hopefully, the Associate Compliance Institute of Nigeria will be a recognized international certification pari passu with the CCCP certification of the International Federation of Compliance Associations. So, permit me, again, by the powers conferred on me by the Council, to induct into this Compliance Institute Nigeria the latest members of the Compliance Institute of Nigeria, Associate Compliance Institute of Nigeria. Please, can you stand up? Let me recognize you again. So, you're welcome into the Institute. So, lastly, but of course, you know, not the least, I'm going to be welcoming the fellows, and each of them, I'm going to call them by their names and induct them into the fellowship of the Compliance Institute Nigeria. So I'll start with first Mr. Tokumbo Olusoji Ayedun. I hope I got the pronunciation right. Okay. So congratulations. I need somebody to hold the mic for me. Congratulations and welcome. By the powers conferred on me, I hereby welcome you into the fellowship of the Compliance Institute Nigeria. Okay, you want to take a photograph? Okay, let's move it then. We can come this way. Oh, okay. Okay. So let's just say. Next one.
Next. Bow.
I hope that the other English are standing. Okay. Yeah. Like this one come together a long way, and I'm happy today that you are attaining this height. So, by the powers conferred on me by the Council of the Compliance Institute Nigeria, I hereby welcome you to the fellowship of the Compliance Institute Nigeria. Mr. Patrick, Dr. Patrick Olaseyinde Daniels. Congratulations. Okay, this one, this is the evidence that when we say we want to go outside the financial industry, we meant what we are saying. So he's been part of this team from a very long time. And so he's a director in the institute. So I would like to present to you, by the powers conferred on me by the Council, and I welcome you to the fellowship of the Compliance Institute Nigeria. I confer on you. Is it Dr. Mr. Barrister. Okay. Barrister Uchenna Wechi. Welcome to the Fellowship of the Compliance Institute, Nigeria. Last but not the least, but in fact, if nothing else, the cornerstone. Is there anybody here that has not had, or you've not heard of Data Pro before? I mean, if you see any hand will be raised here. You've never heard of Data Pro before? Raise your hand. Nobody, you see? Okay. So, it's my rare. Oh, okay. So, I hereby present to you, and I welcome, by the powers conferred on me by the Council, to the Fellowship of the Compliance Institute Nigeria, Dr. Wens Woga, to the Compliance Institute Fellowship. Please clap for him. I mean, special clap because he's actually here and is representing also Data Pro. And so, on behalf of the Council, we welcome you once again, and thank you very much. Congratulations. Special one. Take another one again. Special one. Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congrats. Thank you. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you.
Oyi.
I need to cross the carpet now.
This one is special. This one is special. You can see she came from this side of the. So, I'm really excited to have been the president at this point in time. And on behalf of the Compliance Institute and the powers conferred on me by the Council, I want to confer on you, Barrister Oyin Olarewaju, into the Fellowship of the Compliance Institute, Nigeria. Thank you and congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's once again put our hands together for every one of us. Inductees, thank you very much to the President and the team. Thank you very much. This is bringing us to beginning to wind down on today's engagement. We have the presentation